Okay guys, hey, I got a new beanie. So we're dividing and conquering this morning. Kim is taking care of all of the critters. Kira's milking, and I'm gonna learn everything that I need to know about this thing. Can you tell what it is? It's an Alaskan sawmill. There's some really huge logs that we need to mill down to the point that they can actually fit on my sawmill. And we are completely out of 2x6s and 2x8s and all of the things to build. You guys have already eaten. They like snacks. So I'm going to learn everything that I need to know about this, and Kim's going to show you what Kira's doing. Kira's feeding. Good morning, Chiba. Good morning, Allegra. You waiting for your breakfast? Guys, I got a treat for ya. Hi, Bud and Sissy. These are all coming out anyway, so it's good use for them. It's a bouquet for the rabbits. Some greens for you. Somebody's excited. Lily, you stealing Ebony's leaves? Yep, she's like, my turn. Peppers! Hi, buddies. Oh, he has so much. Okay, guys, this is why you don't do a temporary situation on something. We need to get these rabbits up off the ground, so we've got to add that to our list. It's got to happen soon. There's just too much of the poo, and now we can't move the cage. So we've got to make that a priority also. I wanted to give you a little bit of an update on what happened with the garden. Obviously you can see they died. We pulled the tarp off. I picked all of the tomatoes, and we've got a big bucket of green tomatoes. There actually still is some carrots in there, and we'll just see what they do. Okay guys, I'll give you the pretty view of the lake. So what we're going to end up doing today is we really got to get the shipping container leveled. We have some friends that are going to come out and help us finish framing in the mudroom and the treehouse above the shipping container. We have to get the shipping container level before we can do any of that. So we've got to come up a minimum of, I think, 6 inches, probably closer to 10 inches of where the shipping container is now. So while everybody's doing their chores, I'm going to look at this Alaskan chainsaw, because we're going to be using that later in the week to mill those giant logs. If you've seen in some of my other videos that we have over by the sawmill that are too big for the sawmill. Those of you that have asked if we ever actually take a break, the last couple of days we have. We've had rainy weather. It's been fairly yucky, but the rest of this week is supposed to be absolutely beautiful, in the high 50s, low 60s. And we think next Saturday our friends are going to come over and help us finish this build so that we can be dried in. So let me show you my Alaskan chainsaw. Okay guys, you might be wondering, why would I have an Alaskan chainsaw? I have a really nice, very expensive sawmill over there, the Woodmizer LT35, which I love. But it only can handle a certain size of logs. And we can only handle moving a certain size logs. So I bought this last year. As you can tell, the box has seen better days, but that's just because I've been moving it around all over the place, putting it in different spaces, covering it with tarps. But today I get to actually open it and see what it's all about. Never used an Alaskan chainsaw mill. It looks like that. I do have a really big chainsaw that I am dedicating to using with this particular mill, with the Alaskan chainsaw mill, because it's really heavy and it's for big trees and it has a long bar already on it. I think a 32-inch bar. So I don't know, let's just open the box and see what it's about, because I'm kind of excited. This is like Christmas a year late. All right, look, our owner's manual is still in good condition. Our tarps worked. I'm actually really nervous about this. Probably as nervous as I was whenever I started using my Woodmizer LT35. You guys, I am not mechanically inclined. I'm a really good cook. I'm really good at all of those kinds of things, and I'm coming way out of my comfort zone, expanding my knowledge on new tools and new things like that. And, you know, I am a tomboy. I love this kind of stuff. I love doing this kind of stuff, but it does intimidate the heck out of me. But what I've learned about myself is when I'm super intimidated, I need to just jump in and try to do it. So that's what we're going to do here. This is not a how to use this. This is watch the train wreck, learn kind of video. So I'm going to unwrap all of this stuff really quick, and then we'll get to some assembly. So this is what it'll look like all put together. And this is everything that came with it. So what I have to say now is this is all really sturdy. I'm pretty impressed with this. I think this mill cost me $120. But this is really good stuff. Welded together. You know, they're definitely made to be out in the bush and milling lumber. So it did kind of come up to my standards as far as something that I think will last for a while. So that's pretty cool. And I'm going to put this together. I'm just going to do a time lapse of it being put together because, again, it's going to take me a minute. I need to look at all the pictures because there are lots of pictures. And then I'm going to have to watch some videos on how to use it. But you'll get to hopefully see us using this tomorrow, or at least in the next couple of days. Okay guys, so I've got it all assembled. I need to tighten everything up and add the chainsaw and... Are you scared of the chainsaw? Oh, really? Really? What is it? You're so silly, Justin. Oh, is it scary? Is it scary? Sniff it. Sniff it. It can be scary. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Good. Oh, Justin's going to knock me down. And we've got the chainsaw added. Now, what I've realized is my bar is not long enough. I do actually want to be able to use the entire length of this. So I'm going to have to get a longer bar and a longer chain. And this is a brand new chain. We just bought it. So that's a bit of a bummer. But I definitely think we could get through those logs. Let's go show you the logs I'm talking about. Talk about some intimidating logs, you guys. These things are huge. Let's measure them. These were taken down at a gentleman's place out not too far from here. And we actually had to rent special equipment to move them. They're that heavy. So we're going to have to mill them in place, which is going to be hard. Make sure you come back to watch that video. We're not doing this today, but we will be doing this week. We're needing to get all of the 2x6s and 2x8s that we need for the rest of our build over here on the shipping container. So this one is 27 inches on this end, 31 inches on this end, 30, and 35. So I'm definitely going to have a 36-inch bar in order to get across these. What we're planning on doing is milling some slabs out of this and then moving them over to the Woodmizer LT35 to finish our cuts, because the chainsaw does take away quite a bit of wood as you're ripping those. But there's absolutely no way that these would fit on the Woodmizer. So what we're going to do is like a 6-inch or an 8-inch slab, and then Kira and I will manhandle it over to the Woodmizer. And at that point, we'll just cut off our 2x material in order to build with. Make sure that you subscribe so that you can watch that video that'll come out later in the week. And also comment. Let me know if you've used a chainsaw or the chainsaw mill or the Woodmizer or whatever. I love hearing from you guys. And if you have any tips, let me know. Thanks. This is almost 20 feet.
Look at the size of this bark, guys. It's huge.
25 inches on this side. This is a huge tree. We're also probably going to be milling this definitely sometime this year. This is another really big log that I have, a ponderosa pine. So if we need anything really long, it'll be coming off of this. I totally remember my first log, my first big tree that I did on this Woodmizer last year. I'll link up here and let you guys see it. It was an absolute train wreck. I've learned so much more, and I absolutely love this machine. My head's getting off. Which means we actually can do this base and get it done before we get it. So I'm using Kira's genius idea because we can't find our screwdriver. It's a little skinny. I could switch it out, but it works really well.
Well, that's pretty ingenious.
It's pretty genius. And you get to have it turn, so it's at a turning angle. So that's awesome. Yay!
Who says laziness doesn't pay off?
So while you're finishing up in there, getting those cut, we'll definitely come help you with the plastic. I'm going to be putting this contraption on the water tank so it stops leaking. And then we're going to be working on leveling this. And that is our mission for the day, if we choose to accept it.
I accept.
I accept food.
All right, so what are we doing over here?
Okay, we're going to try and level the shipping container. We need to bring this up an entire foot. And we're going to be removing this ugly blocking and going and picking up some concrete blocking so that we can finish out these sides. And so basically, we've added some really long supports, and we're going to shift these blocks to under here so it's supported so that we can clear these corners to set the concrete corners. So we've got to bring this whole end or the entire shipping container up 12 inches.
Perfect.
So, Kira?
Close your eyes, hear the voice within, calling. This heavy load got under your skin, howling. You got the white knuckles holding on it tight, keeping your feelings bottled up inside, heading for collision and denial. To really live, you gotta die. Breathe in, breathe out. Hey, come alive. Breathe in, breathe out. Look at the colors, colors, colors. Right. Moments pass, make this one count. Untie. You're so good at dragging yourself down. Why? Well, there ain't much time left to figure things out. Deep underneath all the laser, your doubts. There's a heart gone out of rhythm in despair. Held underwater, fine for air. Breathe in, breathe out. Hey, come alive.
Okay, I'm freaking out.
Breathe in, breathe out. Look at the colors, colors, colors.
I want you to put your jack up, jack it back up, the way you had it. Quickly.
got the white knuckles holding on the time. Keeping your fingers bottled up.
It is like slowly shifting that direction. So, stop moving.
Yeah, it's definitely not moving now.
Using number 750, why is she hold this on. So, this is wanting to rock that direction and move. So I'm not sure. I think we need to maybe put the stack here. Is it something else to hold on to?
And I think we need to put something under the bottom log on the other side to help support that.
Yeah, this is,
Right there.
I think it's this.
Yeah.
So it's able to tip that way.
Yeah, so if we could support that somehow, block something underneath it. Oh, there you go.
We need more blocks in the center,
Okay.
I guess. I don't know. About there. My bubble's almost completely in. So I think your side is probably like 2 inches and mine needs an inch or a half inch to make it perfectly level. But then it says this is level. So how does that happen?
Physics.
Not physics.
Or might be geometry. I'm not sure which
No, it's
math
not
that
any
is.
of those things. And I don't want to go all the way in because I'm guessing as I sit it on this, trying to sit it on that. It shows that my end is a tiny bit down, but that's pretty hard to, unless you have a super teeny tiny one, which we have somewhere. I just don't know where it's at.
Should I grab the
Oh, you know what? Yeah, so it's showing that your end, this end needs to go up a tiny bit, which is about the amount that we're off, which is why it would want to roll this direction. How are we underneath that, on that corner? Because we're pretty good under here. And this one broke too. Oh, we're way over here on that corner. Well,
It looks like we're square on this side, but
I think that one broke.
no, that's the edge of it.
Kara, can you see from where you're standing?
What?
If that looks like we're square on in the middle of that, that cement slab.
It probably go that way about like an inch, half an inch.
But it's pretty close to the middle. Okay, that's
Yeah, this didn't break. These two are good. So yeah, this side actually needs to come up a little bit. So it is, this side's lower than that side. It's just a tiny bit, not very much. So, I think we're gonna
Can I get that one by piece?
try and, yeah, you can add a 1x. You can put a 1x under there. Gonna have to be ready to jack it back up. Okay. Ready? terrified. Wait, mine won't undo. Mine won't undo. Okay, mine undid. Is it moving?
No.
That's already down.
Just give it a second. Let's see if it's going to try to move. Actually, prepare it to be jacked back up.
Okay.
Wider base at the bottom. Flipping her. She had these going this direction instead of this direction, so that was wanting to tilt. So I think that's gonna work on that. Let's see how much we've gone up completely over there in the back. I need my
Tape measure.
tape measure. And this is 13, so we've gone up 3 inches.
Yay.
We need 7 more. I think that's going to be our key, making a much wider base.